Hello and welcome. You're watching World Business Report Weekend Edition. It was a volatile week for the US stock markets as they were keenly awaiting the decision of the US Federal Reserve's Open Market Committee on interest rates in the US, and that decision came in on Thursday, the 2nd of November, after which it was a bonanza for Wall Street as stocks were seen zooming up, even as the US Fed announced that it will keep interest rates in the US unchanged, although they are at all-time highs. And that reinforced the US Fed's stance that the US economy remains strong. This move comes as a pivotal moment for both investors and policymakers, with implications reaching far and wide. This Reuters report tells you all about it.
Today, we decided to leave our policy interest rate unchanged and to continue to reduce our securities holdings. Given how far we have come, along with the uncertainties and risks we face, the committee is proceeding carefully. We will make decisions about the extent of additional policy firming and how long policy will remain restrictive based on the totality of the incoming data, the evolving outlook, and the balance of risks. Recent indicators suggest that economic activity has been expanding at a strong pace and well above earlier expectations.
Now, Sam Bankman-fried, the former head of the defamed cryptocurrency exchange FTX, has now been found guilty of each of the 7 criminal charges he was facing, marking a spectacular fall from grace for a math nerd who was once a shining star of global finance and technology. Sam Bankman-fried now faces the prospect of spending decades in prison after being convicted on charges including securities fraud, wire fraud, and money laundering. The jury deliberated just for a few hours before reaching this final verdict. The implications of this decision are profound and raises questions about the level of oversight and accountability within the rapidly evolving world of digital assets and currencies. This trial has been closely watched by many, not just for its implications on cryptocurrencies, but for its broader impact on financial technology and the ever-expanding realm of digital finance. As we await further details and analysis of the latest on Sam Bankman-fried, here is us telling you that we will bring you the latest. Apple, the tech giant that has long been synonymous with innovation and premium consumer electronics, could possibly be grappling with an ongoing challenge that's taking a toll on its financial performance. The company's latest earnings report reveals that slower device sales continue to cast a shadow over Apple's profitability. Apple is looking to navigate a challenging landscape and formulate strategies to reignite growth in the sales of its devices, and that will be a lot that both investors and Apple enthusiasts will be looking forward to. And staying with Apple, the tech giant is making waves once again as it updates its laptops and doubles down on its proprietary chips. And this latest move by Apple is set to reshape the landscape of computing, and it also raises questions about the future of silicon innovation. What are the implications of Apple's bold decision? This Reuters report tells you all about it.
Apple has unveiled new laptops and doubled down on its own in-house chips. At an event Monday in California, the tech giant showed off a range of new MacBook and iMac computers. It also has a new family of chips, dubbed M3, to power the devices. The silicon features upgraded graphics processing abilities, a move that takes the fight to Nvidia, which dominates the market for graphics chips. Apple chief executive Tim Cook had big claims to make.
They are the most advanced chips ever created for a personal computer, taking the best pro laptops in the world and making them even better.
Apple has seen its laptop business boom since 2020, when it parted ways with Intel and started making its own chips. Industry analysts IDC say the firm has roughly doubled its market share. The new chips use designs from ARM Holdings and outperform machines using Microsoft's Windows on some tasks. Cook says no one can rival Apple's ability to design hardware, software and chips in-house.
This deep integration is something only Apple can deliver, and we never stop innovating.
Apple did not say which firm is making its new chips, but analysts say it's likely to be Taiwan giant TSMC.
From Apple to Google, the Silicon Valley behemoth has long been under scrutiny for its market power and practices, and that is now at a crucial juncture. In the spotlight is Google's CEO, Mr. Sundar Pichai, who is set to testify in a high-stakes antitrust hearing that could prove to be a pivotal moment in the ongoing struggle to rein in big tech. More in this report.
The CEO of Google has testified in what may become a key moment in the company's once-in-a-lifetime antitrust battle with the U.S. government. This was Sundar Pichai leaving court in Washington Monday. The lawsuit focuses on the billions of dollars that Google has paid to companies to be the default search engine on various phones and computers. The big moment was because Pichai acknowledged under questioning by federal prosecutors that being the default was important for keeping users glued to Google products. The case is over whether Google acted illegally to maintain its market dominance of search engines and some types of online advertising. The government argues Google used agreements with companies like Apple to cut out rival search engines in a way that breaks antitrust law. If Google loses, it may be forced to scrap some of its business practices. The company argues that when people don't like default search engines, they can switch to another. In early October, the CEO of Microsoft, Satya Nadella, testified that his company had tried to make its Bing search engine the default on Apple smartphones, but was rebuffed. And he dismissed Google's argument that it's easy to change defaults on devices as bogus.
Now, in a significant global collaboration, leaders from across the world, from China, the United States of America, and the United Kingdom, joined forces at a summit, demonstrating a united front in navigating the challenges presented by artificial intelligence. Elon Musk stirred up the AI world by calling for the establishment of a third-party referee to oversee and regulate the development of artificial intelligence. We'll tell you all about that Artificial Intelligence Summit in this report. Have a look.
And here we are for the first time, really in human history, with something that's going to be far more intelligent than us.
Elon Musk expressed grave concern about the rapid development of artificial intelligence on Wednesday at the world's first major summit on AI safety.
It's one of the existential risks that we face, and it's potentially the most pressing one.
Musk said the aim of the inaugural two-day summit was to establish what he called a third-party referee to observe AI development and to sound the alarm if needed. Fears about the impact AI could have on economies and society took off last year when Microsoft-backed OpenAI made ChatGPT available to the public. Some worry that in time, machines could achieve greater intelligence than humans, resulting in unintended consequences. In a first for Western efforts to manage the dangers, China's Vice Minister of Science and Technology joined U.S. and EU leaders, as well as tech bosses, at England's Bletchley Park, home of Britain's World War II codebreakers. It was here the country signed the Bletchley Declaration, an agenda focused on identifying issues with AI and developing policies to mitigate them.
I firmly believe that we must be guided by a common set of understandings among nations.
In a speech at the U.S. Embassy in London, U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris called for urgent global action to address potential threats posed by AI.
From AI-enabled cyber attacks at a scale beyond anything we've seen before, to AI-formulated bioweapons that could endanger the lives of millions of people. These threats are often referred to as the existential threats of AI, because, of course, they could endanger the very existence of humanity.
The United States used the British summit to announce it would establish a new AI Safety Institute, which will assess potential risks. Harris's decision to give her speech and hold some meetings with attendees away from the summit raised some eyebrows, with some executives and lawmakers suggesting Washington was trying to overshadow Prime Minister Rishi Sunak's summit. British officials denied that, saying they wanted as many voices as possible. And later in the day, Sunak welcomed Harris to 10 Downing Street for dinner. She plans to attend the British summit on Thursday.
From the world of artificial intelligence to retail, where retail giant Walmart is making a whopping $9 billion wager on a bold vision of the future. The company is embarking on an ambitious project to remodel its Walmart stores, transforming them into what they're calling, quote-unquote, stores of the future. And this massive investment of $9 billion is poised to reshape the retail landscape as we know it, not just Walmart. What's Walmart's ambitious plan all about, and how could it redefine the shopping experience for millions of customers worldwide? This Reuters report tells you more. Now, there's something called as pumpkin spice, a weird concoction that Americans like having along with their lattes or in their coffees, pumpkin spice lattes. And it is pumpkin season, bear in mind it's Halloween season, and all this cozy flavors of the pumpkin has brought in some good news for Starbucks, the coffee giant known for its seasonal offerings, and it's seeing its sales soar through the roof. The pumpkin spice latte phenomenon has played a pivotal role in the soaring sales and success story, and that has left investors eager to get a taste of the profits of Starbucks. So how is a fall favorite like pumpkin spice shaping Starbucks' financial fortunes? This report tells you all about it.
Shares of Starbucks soared more than 10% Thursday morning after the coffee chain posted quarterly results that topped expectations, helped by its pumpkin spice latte. Starbucks also gave an upbeat profit forecast, banking on its updated store technology and menu enhancements. Demand for its pricey coffees remains strong despite sticky inflation. The return of the pumpkin and fall-themed drinks as well as new menu items helped drive U.S. same-store sales 8% higher in the quarter. Starbucks said the fall season launch led to record average weekly sales. Traffic at the coffee chain has also benefited from its younger, more affluent customer base prioritizing their morning coffee fix, even as the wider U.S. restaurant industry grapples with an inflation-driven slowdown. In the U.S., average spending per customer jumped as demand for its breakfast sandwiches, wraps, and bakery items increasingly became a regular part of orders. In China, sales rose 5%, which was in line with expectations. Globally, sales climbed 8%, exceeding forecasts.
Now, bear in mind, it's also a week where a centennial milestone was celebrated with one of the world's most iconic entertainment giants, Disney. As the magic of Disney turns 100, we are left pondering intriguing questions. Can this beloved institution successfully navigate the new era of entertainment and continue to captivate generations to come? This report embarks on a journey through Disney's storied past and explores the challenges and opportunities that Disney faces in the ever-evolving world of entertainment. Take a look.
It was 1923 when a young Walt Disney entered the animation scene. Emerging sound and color technologies had rattled the silent film industry, and Disney wanted to harness the power of these new tools. He envisioned a future where animated features would get the same respect as live-action films. 100 years on, Disney is now a global company worth $150 billion, though its share price has dropped to its lowest level in 9 years, and investors are worried it's beginning to show its age. But adapting to the times has been a point of survival throughout Disney's history. Walt Disney obsessed over quality. His studio formalized 12 principles of animation that brought sketches to life. Veteran animators passed them on to each new artist to ensure consistency. With every successful project, Disney would use the money to double aspirations for the next film, harnessing sound, color, and 3D camera technologies with an organized and scalable approach. Women, despite the narrow role they were given at the company, made significant innovations at this time. They would ground custom pigments, which appeared more natural on the screen, and hundreds of them meticulously traced drawings and painted characters. In 1937, Disney was the first to introduce the multiplane camera. It captured a scene's background and allowed it to move at a different pace from the foreground, allowing depth, much like the three-dimensional world. Innovations like this, along with its dedication to captivating stories, helped Disney Studios lead the Western animation industry for decades.
Yes, Cindy!
But its reign didn't last as new technology arrived, and Disney was late to greet it. By the turn of the century, Pixar's progress in computer-generated animations had eclipsed Disney's traditional hand-drawn styles. Disney bought Pixar in 2006 for $7.4 billion, a moment noted as Disney's ability to move with the times. Now, at the 100-year mark, streaming poses yet another challenge. Stockholders are closely watching what Disney will do as it moves into its next century.
Away from Disney to the bustling metropolis of Tokyo, the capital of Japan, an extraordinary group of individuals has emerged as modern-day samurais, not with swords, but with garbage bags and a relentless commitment to cleanliness. Not surprising that this is happening in Japan. Have a look.
Right now, we have 3 members in Tokyo, 2 in Los Angeles, and also 1 member of the first generation in Hokkaido Prefecture. Members in Tokyo dress up as samurai and perform trash picking in Japanese samurai style 5 times a week. If we can draw attention on the street, people who have no interest in the trash problem will become aware of it. There are many other volunteer groups picking up trash, but they are hardly recognised by passerby.
Normally I don't litter, but after seeing what they did, I started paying attention to the littering issue, and I would stop people from littering when they are about to do so.
An extraordinary collection belonging to the legendary journalist Barbara Walters, valued at a staggering $8 million, is set to go under the hammer. This exclusive auction promises a glimpse into the iconic career and personal tastes of Barbara Walters, featuring a treasure trove of items from her storied life. Take a look at the fascinating journey of these unique artifacts from one of the most celebrated figures in media history.
She was an avid collector in all of these different fields, and she collected deliberately, and we expect the sale to realize over $8 million, and the proceeds of all of the sales will go towards charities dear to Barbara Walters herself.
Keeping it with the world of high-stakes auctions, a remarkable blue diamond is making headlines. With a price tag that could shatter all records, this exquisite gem is expected to fetch a jaw-dropping $50 million. That's 50. Now get all the dazzling details of this rare blue diamond and explore the fascinating world of fine jewelry auctions in this report.
What makes Bleu Royale so rare and special is its size. At 17.6 carats, it's the largest of its kind. It's a pear-shaped, brilliant cut diamond. What that means is it's a classical cut. It has not been modified with additional facets to help enhance the color. And so the color is very rich naturally, and it is internally flawless as best as can be. We've priced it at $20,000 to $30,000. So it's quite reasonable, and everybody can be Audrey Hepburn.
Well, after that blue diamond of the Titanic, I think that one is the biggest so far. But also good to see an Indian heading that fine jewelry diamond auction at Christie's, because who knows diamonds better than Indians, right? But moving on here on the show. Iconic entertainer Robbie Williams is taking us on an introspective journey through his extraordinary life. In a new and revealing film, the pop sensation looks back at the highs and lows of his illustrious career, offering fans and admirers a glimpse into his world like never before. Uncover the untold stories and personal reflections of one of music's most enigmatic figures with this report.
No, it was a trauma trip. This is very much a traumatic watch.
Being in the spotlight, we can't trust anybody. Robbie Williams is a joke. It's astounding what's happened in my life. But the past has me in a headlock. Something has to give. You know, you're only supposed to do this at the pearly gates of St. Peter. This looking back at your life.
I've just been like delving into mental illness after mental illness and alcoholism and drug addiction, and then I'm watching it. I'm watching all of those episodes. Yeah, I don't know if that's a healthy thing to do.
When I joined Take That, I was 16. It was insane.
Robbie Williams!
I was the centre of the pop culture world.
One of the world's greatest showmen.
Do you wish sometimes to have a normal life?
This is a normal life.
I think Rob's story is one of real pain and struggle and inner turmoil. So you kind of have to play to that. You know, I didn't want to make something fluffy. I wanted to make something that served Rob, and Rob wanted to tell the truth. So this is what we made.
Successful. Touch the fire. Push when it says pull. And see if I can live.
So come on, let me
I don't know how easy it is for people to get to know me. Who loves you?
Mummy.
Yes! Yeah.
When I watched it, I really understood why he was so sad during the period of filming this, because he really had to rework some things in his life and face them, kind of like facing battle, you know, to see that part of his life that he probably would rather put away in the past. So yeah, very proud of him for getting through it.
Now, this is Halloween season, and celebrities across the world have been on overdrive with their Halloween outfits. And supermodel and television host Heidi Klum once again stole the spotlight at her annual Halloween party. Klum, known for her extravagant and jaw-dropping costumes, did not disappoint this year as she quote-unquote peacocked her way into the festivities. If you're wondering what I'm talking about, take a look at this.
I never thought that 22 years later I'd be still, you know, at 50, jumping up and down like a peacock. I wanted that many people become one thing, and I thought, what could that one thing be? And I thought the most beautiful is like a peacock, you know, and all the beautiful colors, and plus, you know, when he is not excited, I guess he's all together, and then you have that moment when all the feathers fan out. So I thought we could give it like a fun moment. And, you know, every year coming up with something, surprising people, you know, inspire people, because I feel like this is how creative people all egg each other on. They see something, they're like, oh my gosh, now I want to do this. And everyone does these types of things in their own way, but I feel like this is how we all egg each other on.
And that's all we have time for in this edition of World Business Report. Thank you so much for watching. This is Krishna Kumar signing off. Keep it with News 9.